Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And there's Porter Etcher down here, what they call Nubian Square. I still call it Dudley Square. Not gonna let the name change the place until they change the environment. Until you start treating this place like a Nubian Square, it's gonna be called Dudley Square. So let's see what we got going on up here. Got like two cruises. Nothing major, but it's always good to see what's going on.
Promising and go some fucking way, dog. You fucking wrong, yeah?
So I'm not too sure what took place here, but it can't hurt to see what's going on. You get I don't know what they're doing, but it's good to see what's going on. And always, this area is a rough area. This is just getting bad as methadone mild, believe it or not. Because any given time you come out here and there's people all in the corner, like everywhere. So it is what it is. I mean, it's a pretty rough area over here. You get all people from all walks of life out here, and I don't know if you guys ever been down here before, but there's always something going on down here. It's a very busy area. Somebody left their blue bike. Not that I doubted that they paid for it, but it's sitting right there. This is at the corner of Ziegler and I believe it's Ziegler and Warren, if I'm not mistaken. No, this is Ziegler. This right here is probably, I think this is Warren. I could be wrong. Good question. What is the name of the street right here? There's no name on it, so the city of Boston should put a name on that street. Like, how do you have a street with no name on it? Taxpayers' money at work. It still says Dudley Square. Just figure I come down here and get a little bit of footage of the area. Let's chill with it.
I mean, like a fucking crackhead, bitch.
I guess she said somebody's behind her. I guess she's talking about the other guy that's behind her, but who knows? Can't figure all that out. Too much to try to decipher. Too much.
I really just want to go home.
We gotta come down here and get a little footage. Not a lot, but something. This is like the city that never sleeps. There's always something going on down here. Any time of the day, there's something going on here. It could be early in the morning, be late at night. This is something Some kind of activity going on. Who knows what it is? What the heck he's doing, but he'll figure it out. About 3 buses back to back. That's kind of a rarity. See 3 buses back to back at the same slope. I don't know how he's looking at, but he's looking at something.
Why is this fucking boy keep fucking following?
How you doing, sir?
How you doing?
You work here?
No. Just recording what's going on in public.
Oh.
Yeah, I record everything.
Work maintenance or something?
I do maintenance, yes sir.
Where do you work maintenance, sir?
Everywhere.
Everywhere?
Everywhere. You name it, I'm there. You see me all over the city.
Okay.
If you've been in the city long enough, you see me everywhere.
Do you have like a YouTube channel or something?
I do have a YouTube channel, yeah.
What's your YouTube channel?
If you look up External Affairs,
External Affairs?
you'll find it right there.
What's it based upon?
Public interest, everything. It's police.
So like what's going on in the
city,
right
yeah. If you find something, it could be what you guys are doing, it could be what I'm doing, it could be a car accident one day, it could be a number of things. A protest, it could be a march, it could be a zoo. Like it's matters of interest to the public. So it could be public awareness things. It could be a whole lot of stuff.
That's understandable.
Like I try to educate people on a lot of stuff. Like I know you probably know because you know about the First Amendment, right?
Yes, sir.
You know about the Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment.
Yes, sir.
So a lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people are not aware of how that works. So I try to make people more aware of it, so that they don't get afraid of it. So a lot of guys come out and they be intimidating, they cuss and swear and all that kind of stuff. I don't like to do that because that's not my style. I like to educate people by still exercising my rights at the same time.
So what were you educating them on just now?
Well, right now it would be just like police officers enacting and how bad this area is. Even though they call it Nubian Square, I still call it Dudley Square.
Correct.
Until they change the environment, why change the name?
Correct.
I mean, if I change my name and I still act the same way, what's the purpose of changing my name?
Makes sense,
You know what I mean? So they fought all this time to call this Nubian Square, for example. But if you're not going to clean up the drugs and all the stuff going on in the area, why change the name?
Yes.
I mean, so you just did what? Nothing, basically.
Correct.
So I don't care. I'd be dead and gone, but I'm still going to call it Dudley Square.
Dudley Square.
Until they change what this is.
That's what a lot of people, my older generation, my sisters and my aunts and them,
Gotcha, yeah.
still call it.
And the reason why is because we all grew up knowing it as Dudley Square.
Correct.
And why you change your name now unless you're going to do something different?
Which they haven't.
No, man, all this trash here shouldn't be here. You should have some trash barrels along here. You know, we could get some better lighting. You know, there's a few things that could be done. And I understand, I know the people who fought to get this, they're older people and stuff, but don't change the name unless you're going to change this. You know what I mean? And we got a lot to go change here. Name doesn't mean anything if it's going to be the same.
I understand.
And I know you've probably been on the force, what, maybe 10 years now?
No, sir.
Not that long?
No, sir. You are dating me, sir. I'm not that old.
Oh, man.
I've probably been on for only 2 years, sir.
Oh, so you haven't seen the change. The other thing, like what I wanted to talk about, which you have no control over, but the mayor and the police commissioner, we need more neighborhood policing as far as if you knew a child when he was a little kid and you grew up with him, you're more likely to put him in check because you know his parents, you knew him as a little kid. A lot of police officers that come into the community now don't know these kids as they grow up.
Well,
Some of them do.
Well, that's why the Boston Police have a community service team.
Yeah.
And most of them do know most of these most of the people that have grown up around here.
Gotcha, yeah. Like I grew up with, so you don't know these guys all retired. Officer Tibbetts, Officer Horsley, those guys are all probably retired by now. That was back in the early 70s and 80s. But those guys would take you on like trips, summer trips, take you off for ice cream, stuff like that. And they had the neighborhood meetings, they had the Orchard Park Team Police over here and everything. So what they would do, they get to know you when you was a kid. So when you grew up, they're like, hey, I know you. I know your mother, I know your father. So even if you ran from them, they'd be waiting for you at your door because they knew where you live. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't even be worth running after you because it's all right. I know where he's going. He's really going back home. So what is he going to do? You know what I mean? So you know, it is what it is. But there's a lot to be done here. It's not going to happen overnight, but a start. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We got to start somewhere. Right. I'm Nez Porter, by the way.
Wells.
Wells. Nice to meet you, Wells. Nice to meet you. If you look at my YouTube channel, you see me on there.
All right.
Just put my name in Nez, N-E-Z-E-R Porter. It'll come up and you'll see a whole lot of videos on there.
All right, sir. But, thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you.
But you know what? I don't mind talking. And one thing about me, I'm not hostile. Like I won't call you a bad name. I won't. You see some of these guys out there cussing at people and stuff like that. That's not my style. I don't do that. Now, if somebody give me a bad vibe, then I might bring it back to them. But as long as you come off pleasant to me, I come off pleasant to you. Yes, we might see each other again because I'm always around.
I'm gonna see you again.
You're gonna see me around, man.
I'm gonna see you again.
Yeah, no problem, man. And I grew up with a lot of the guys that's on the force now too. You probably know a few of them. I used to work at the it doesn't matter. I used to work at the prison over in South Bay. You know, a lot of guys that used to work there end up on the force. But yeah, they don't know me anyway. All right, so but I'll talk to you, man. You be safe out there, my man.
I will. You too.
All right. All right, I'm going to head up out here. I'm going to cut this one short. Met Officer Wells of the Boston Police Department. A fine young brother. He's pretty educated and he knows his thing. So I think he's going to go places. You know, you know, if you don't know, you got to inquire. You know what I mean? That's the only way you're going to learn something. If you don't really ask a question, you won't get the right answer. And I'm the kind of person where I like volunteer information. I could say, well, I don't want to give you my name, because my Fourth Amendment, all that stuff. But that's, I mean, if he came hostile, then I can do that. But as long as he came in and he asked us based on, you know, he wasn't being sarcastic, and he really wanted to know. And who knows? I might learn something from him. He can learn something from me. But, you know, that's how we help the community bridge this gap. Hi, how are you doing? Good to see you. Be safe out there. All right, let me get up out of here. I got a lot of stuff I got to do before the sun goes down. And my phone is going to start ringing. So let me get up out of here. Till next time, guys. I'm Nez. Hey, how are you? Nez signing off on this one.